A man won't always look you in the eyes and say, "I'm in love with you." But there are certain phrases that reveal what he feels without him having to admit it. Small, everyday comments can show whether he's emotionally involved or just has a passing interest. Want to know what they are? Then stay with me, because today I'm going to tell you the 7 phrases a man says when he's truly getting attached. According to behavior experts, the words someone chooses reflect how emotionally connected they are. If a man uses phrases that show affection, protection, and genuine interest in your well-being, it means he truly cares. When he feels safe with you, his feelings naturally slip into conversations without him even trying. The well-known psychologist Dr. John Gottman, a relationship expert, discovered that the way a couple communicates can predict the future of their relationship. He noticed that when a man speaks in a more affectionate and engaged way, it's a strong sign that he's emotionally investing. In other words, certain phrases can be a real thermometer of his feelings. I love spending time with you. When a man truly feels something for you, he makes a point to tell you how much he enjoys being with you. And it's not just about being physically together, it's about how much he enjoys your company. If he mentions how time flies when you're together or is already suggesting your next date, you can be sure you're not just another person on his schedule, you're someone special. And you know what else? He starts making an effort to include you in his routine. Even if he's super busy, he finds time for a quick call, a coffee break in the afternoon, or a random outing. This shows that being with you isn't a chore. It's something he genuinely wants to do. Another clear sign is when he verbalizes these feelings. Men don't always talk much about emotions. So if he says things like, "I love being with you," or "I miss you," you can bet it's coming from the heart. This strengthens your connection and makes you feel valued too. But pay attention to an important detail. A man won't always express his feelings so directly. Sometimes the way he seeks your company says it all. But how do you tell the difference between a guy who truly cares and one who's just being polite? There's a specific question he might ask that reveals everything. Tansu, what do you think about? When a man truly starts to care, he begins to value your opinion in a different way. He doesn't ask just to be polite. He genuinely wants to know what you think. Whether it's about a movie, a work problem, or an important decision, he makes a point to hear you out before acting. This means your perspective already holds special weight for him. And do you know what that shows? That he already sees you as someone important in his life. Many men don't usually ask for advice from just anyone, so if he's seeking your opinion, it's because he trusts you. More than that, he wants to make sure his choices make sense not just for him, but for you too. In other words, without realizing it, he's already including you in his future. And here's an important detail. He doesn't just ask for your opinion, he actually listens. You can tell that your words matter, that he reflects on what you say, and often even puts it into practice. When that happens, you can be sure there's an emotional connection growing between you. Now tell me, have you ever noticed a man asking for your opinion on something important to him? Many times, these signs go unnoticed, but they're a clear way of showing that he's getting attached. And if he feels something strong, it's not just your opinion he'll value, there's something else he'll make sure to show you. 3. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. When a man starts getting emotionally attached, he feels the urge to take care of you. Not because he thinks you can't handle things on your own, but because he wants to make your life easier. He notices when you need help, and before you even ask, he's already offering to handle it. It could be something simple, like changing a light bulb, or something bigger, like supporting you through a tough moment. This says a lot about his feelings. In general, men don't get involved in problems that don't matter to them. So, if he makes a point to help, it's because he genuinely cares. More than that, he wants you to feel safe with him, knowing you can count on him whenever you need. Many times, this kind of action speaks louder than any love declaration. And the best part? He does it without expecting anything in return. It's not one of those favors that come with a price tag later, nor is it something forced. He simply wants to be there and show you that you can trust him. It's a natural way of expressing affection and strengthening the bond you're building. But here's something many women don't notice. This protective instinct doesn't just show up in practical, everyday things. When a man has real feelings, he also wants to protect you emotionally. And if you pay attention, you'll see that he does this in a very special way, without even needing to say a word. This reminds me of you. When a man starts developing feelings, he doesn't just think about you when you're together. He thinks about you in the most random moments of his day. If he mentions hearing a song, smelling a perfume, or seeing something that reminded him of you, it's because, without even realizing it, he's already carrying you in his thoughts. And that's a strong sign of emotional attachment. This kind of connection happens naturally. He's not trying to impress you or force closeness. It just happens. And when he shares this with you, he's showing that your presence has already made an impact on his life. These little associations mean that you're not just another person in his routine. You're someone special. And there's more. Many men aren't great at expressing feelings directly, so this type of comment is his way of showing he misses you. When he says something reminded him of you, deep down, he's telling you he thinks about you way more than he admits. It might seem like a small detail, but it says a lot about what he feels. Now, do you want an even stronger sign that he's truly falling for you? When feelings start to deepen, he feels the need to include you in his life in a more concrete way. And that's when he takes an action that makes everything even clearer. 5. I want to introduce you to someone important. When a man sees you as someone special, he doesn't want to keep you a secret. He makes a point of including you in his life, and one of the clearest signs of this is when he introduces you to people who truly matter to him. It could be a longtime friend, a family member, or even a respected colleague. If this happens, you can bet he doesn't see you as something temporary. This moment is more meaningful than it seems. Many men only introduce a woman to their close circle when they feel she has an important role in their lives. That's because, for them, these people are a reflection of who they are. In other words, if he wants you to meet his world, it's because he already considers you a part of it. And here's an important detail. Pay attention to how he introduces you. If he makes a point of putting you in the spotlight, compliments you in front of others, and seems happy with the interaction, that's a great sign. He's not just showing you off to his people, he's emotionally committing in a way. Now, there's an even more revealing sign. A man who is truly involved doesn't just want you to meet his people. He also starts expressing his feelings in a more direct way. And when he finally says certain words, you can be sure his emotions are crystal clear. 6. I miss you. When a man says he misses you, he's revealing much more than he realizes. For many, admitting this isn't easy because it requires vulnerability. But when feelings start to deepen, he can't hide it anymore. If he makes a point of saying it, it's because your presence has already become important in his life. And it's not just about saying those words, it's about how he shows it. He texts you out of nowhere, calls for no specific reason, or mentions that something he did would have been better if you were there. These little signs show that he doesn't just like being with you, he feels your absence in a way that bothers him. Also, pay attention to his tone of voice and the way he says it. If it's genuine, it'll come with a deep look, a true smile, or even a sigh. He's not just repeating some random phrase, he genuinely wants you to know that he misses you. This is one of the clearest signs that his feelings have gone beyond the surface level. But what happens when his emotions get so intense that he starts thinking about the future? If he truly sees something serious with you, he won't be able to avoid a certain question. And when that question comes up, it means things have reached a whole new level. But before that, I have something to tell you. Do you think you really know what attracts a man? What if I told you there's something so deep and instinctive that most people don't even notice it? Discovering this secret is like having the magic formula to create an unbreakable love and a unique connection. Want to know how it works? Don't miss the video in the comments. This could be the game changer you've been waiting for. Where is this going? When a man is truly involved, there comes a point when he starts thinking about the future. He may ask directly or make subtle comments about how things could evolve between you. This means he's not just enjoying the present. He's also considering what might happen moving forward. It's a clear way of showing that his feelings have moved beyond the initial stage. This question doesn't just come out of nowhere. Before saying it, he's probably already analyzed the relationship, reflected on how he feels, and decided that he wants more than just casual moments. When he brings up this topic, it's because he needs an answer to know if you're on the same page. For him, this conversation is an important step before opening up even more. Also, pay attention to how he reacts to your response. If he looks relieved to hear that you also want something serious, that confirms he's already built a strong emotional connection. He wants to be sure he's not alone in his feelings and that it's worth continuing to invest in this relationship. This kind of attitude separates a man who simply likes you from one who truly wants something real. Now that you know the 7 phrases a man says when he's developing feelings for you, how about paying closer attention to these signs? Tell me in the comments, which of these phrases have you heard from someone special? Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more relationship content. And go ahead and click on the next video on the screen. I'm sure you're going to love what's coming next.